My name is Robert Buhler. I am chairman of the Panhellenic Scholarship Foundation. Our mission is to promote education by providing scholarships and programs to Greek American students who, guided by their values of their Hellenic upbringing, have the potential to become lifelong significant achievers and contribute meaningful to society. I would say Hellenism is kind of how we breathe every day in our organization, because the Hellenic values that come from our board members and our staff and our students really are what we're talking about every day, and myself as well. There's an underlying feeling of Hellenic values that are serious values, serious focus. Those values to me and the organization are family, I would say orthodoxy, I would say achievement, and I would say, being a good person to society.
How has Panhellenic gone beyond the scholarship?
We found that early on, once a student receives a scholarship, they really are a person that we want to keep in touch with and continue to follow. So we had to design programs that would go beyond just giving them a scholarship. The first thing we came up was mentoring. These mentors are actually investing in our students to personally follow up with them for the next year to get personal questions answered and help them with their career needs. The second area is our alumni group. We started to very seriously collate past scholars with new scholars each year, and we now have 4 years of classes. We began to identify each group as a class of 2020, class of 2019, class of 2018, and they start to begin to think of themselves as a class, and they also then become a part of the alumni group. So we're building an alumni group that will result soon in alumni coming back, and alumni helping our organization, and alumni contributing to the organization, and just like in a great university. And then third is an initiative we started 2 years ago. COVID situation has had it sort of stop and start a little bit, but meaningful internships. We believe that meaningful internships will result in meaningful job offers. We believe that we have a good pipeline of top talent that we can profile and basically offer to companies in internships, and we're confident that our students will do very well in those internships. They're hardworking, they care, they have integrity, they're smart. All of these things are exactly what employers are dying to have. We've been able to impact the community because we have very seriously nationally reached out in three major ways. Number one, our academic committee now has about almost half its representation, maybe more, I think 2/3 of its representation, from universities that are outside of the Chicago market, in Hellenic study departments typically. So we're beginning to tap university professors from great schools nationally to begin to review our students' applications. Secondly, our students are more national. The population it's starting to spread nationally, where East Coast, West Coast, Southwest, more applications are coming from outside of the Midwest. And I think we're almost 60% outside of the Midwest at this point coming in. Additionally, nationally, we've been reaching out to donors. So we find that once an East Coast donor or a West Coast donor understands the value of helping a scholar and providing a $10,000 commitment to that scholar, and they then are able to have their family enjoy the value of getting to know that scholar and following that scholar and helping that scholar in an area of interest, say management science and engineering, or the arts, or business, they say to themselves, this is a great organization that we can become continually a part of. So national in many ways, donors, students, and academic committee. The Hellenic Foundation knew that we needed to have a good local partner helping us. And unequivocally, they stepped up and said, you know, we would like to provide a scholarship from the Hellenic Foundation with the Panhellenic, with focusing on a Chicago-based student that's an excellent student. And that stepping up, they were the first, I would say, outside organization, co-foundation, if you will, to come in and help fund Panhellenic with a model student kind of example. And each year since, unequivocally, we apply, and each year, unequivocally, the foundation has been there consistently. We think they're proud of the work we do. We think we're proud of the work and how we profile them, and we're certainly proud to have their name with us. The point that I would want to make about the Hellenic Foundation is that I have come to learn it is exceptionally well run and highly professionally organized, which we at the Panhellenic really respect. And that's the biggest thing. I mean, how you do it, Peter, and your board and the process and how you vet your applications. It's just something that we look up to and we learn from. You have helped us with our pipeline of students consistently. So just take it forward, Peter. Let's say 15 years forward. You will then have 20 scholars from the Chicago community that you are responsible for, your foundation. Those 20 kids over all these years will mature into highly productive, highly capable young adults. And they're going to do your organization proud, knowing that that's where the scholarship came from, knowing that's where their $10,000 came from. And they're going to do our organization proud. The other side of it is just a little bit of kind of Greek community coexistence. I think what we're doing, Panhellenic with Hellenic Foundation, really has, hopefully will set new trends. We needed you and your financial help, and I think you are happy to see how we're stewarding your proceeds properly for you. The more you're comfortable with that, and the more we can deliver, it's a good example of two, I think, very credible Greek organizations, foundations, can still trust each other and work with each other and complement what each other does and feel very good. I hope more Greek organizations can do that to get synergies with each other in a very open way. So my responsibility, the Panhellenic board's responsibility, is to be certain that we affiliate with foundations and donors, and we have methods that are high integrity and highly responsible so that we can keep it in perpetuity. For Chris and for all of those that now are faithfully caring about and putting their money in and being a part of and working hard for the Panhellenic, I feel that that's probably the best, highest and best use of my talents to help the organizations to do that. Then you've done something that will help not only Chris Tamaris and the promise I gave him, you also sort of can look at something that's in perpetuity. That's a wonderful feeling.
We've identified a kid that's, you know, in financial need, and we give him a scholarship. But that doesn't mean the next year in school, he still doesn't have the same financial need, or does he? It may be going forward that you give your submit a grant application for a student in need and identify a student in need, but then come back to us and say, you know, here's a kid that's still in need, and a second one for that kid.
If we identify somebody that's stumbling in a second year, and technically they can't come back and get another scholarship, they got one the prior year, they're part of that class, doesn't matter. We're doing this for the good of the community. If that kid needs the money and we work with the Hellenic Foundation, we can identify them.
It's become a big topic, especially recently, and especially because of COVID. So these kids are realizing they have no money for food. They have no money to fix their car. They can't get to class. So one of our needs-based students may be able to, apply for an emergency fund to fund, what have you, in order to stay for school.
I think that's a conversation to talk about. It gives me something to fight for. Let's utilize our monies in a way that are actually on the ground helping individuals who are in need. This has been expressed, especially this year, on several occasions, that there's a real importance in really helping someone at ground level.
Yeah.
And suddenly through this interview, here's a wonderful way of doing it.